patient. I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
How's it, guys? Travis from Aussies Lognik here. Well, it's now to start the most amazing starship out of them all. At least it looked amazing on the big screen when Star Trek the Motion Picture started. The shots of the Enterprise was absolutely beautiful. The startup sequence. A lot of people believe that the light sequence started up in a certain sequence, but I believe what they did was they showed the floodlight, then they showed this one, but in actuality all the lights came on at basically the same time. It's just for the movie they showed it and then they showed this one, but they actually both came on at the same time. So even though it still looked amazing the way they did it, unfortunately in this one, because the ship's so small, you can't exactly do the beautiful colouring that was on the ship, all the greens and the blues and all that. Just a little bit way too small, so whatever you get out of it. Some people talk about giving the ship a light coating of pearlescent white, just to make it shut up a bit. Been thinking about doing that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to. And once the decals go down, you might not see it then afterwards, or you'd have to spray it onto the ship after the ship's been built, but then you'll be getting it into places where you might not want it to go. So I more than likely won't do it that way. But anyway, guys, let's get over to the bench and start building the Enterprise refit. Be back now. Okay, guys, in this video I've started slightly different. All the parts are already cut out. Normally I'll have to still cut them off the tree. Only after making the other video on the TOS Enterprise, I discovered that it was almost 2 hours long, but I had already made the video and I wasn't in the mood to go redo it to make part 1 and 2, so I'm sorry about that. The stand pretty much goes easy together. I haven't shown that yet as far as I can remember. The stand just basically pushes in like that and it's done. I'm throwing glue into mine to make it solid and one piece, so it doesn't pull out again, because all my models are glued into place and I don't want them to be able to come loose. So we don't need the stand at the moment. Okay, so the first part, according to the instructions, we've got to glue the saucer together, then the warp nacelles, then this piece into here, this warp nacelle pylons into the engineering hull, and then the deflector gesture goes onto front, and then you put everything together. But what I'm going to do is like the NX01, I'm going to assemble everything but only put the parts together once I've got all the decals on. The only thing is, because this has got two little parts on here where that has to go into like that, I just have to check and see how high the decals go. I might have to glue the saucer on to the engineering hull before I put the decals on for the neck. But anyway, guys, let me quickly move everything out the way, get my glue, and then we can start assembling the saucer section. Be back now. Hey guys, just one thing I forgot to mention is this one's also got writing, and because it's clear plastic, it does shine through a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm just sanding the writing off, because I don't want the writing to be visible through the hull of my ship. So with some very fine sandpaper you can just carefully sand that away, and then you don't have to worry about that. Okay guys, I'll be back now. Oops. Okay guys, there we go. All the words are gone, so it won't shine through. Okay, part one. Get some glue. And smear it on nicely. This isn't supposed to be quick drying glue, so why is it drying so quick? Okay, there we go guys, the saucer is together. Now apparently they reckon on the S Enterprise, like the Enterprise D, the saucer was supposed to be able to disconnect from the engineering hull and fly down and be able to land on a planet. That's why it had those little gadgets on the sides. But she never ever did land. So that's what they reckoned. Would have been nice if they actually had the ship landing on a planet. The saucer section would have been quite awesome. But unfortunately that never happened. Okay, now let's go over to the next part. I am going to be doing the engineering hull next. Okay, so that must go in like that. Quickly get some glue. Get it in there. That into place. Okay, this glue, I'm not too happy with it at the moment. Seems to be drying too fast, or at least looks like it's drying too fast, so I'm going to go over to the glue I prefer. This glue doesn't dry quite as fast. Only problem is that it always doesn't want to come out. And that seems to be the problem again. It doesn't want to come out. Okay guys, while I quickly sort out this glue, I'll be back now. Okay guys, I've got the glue sorted out. Next part is getting the glue into all the joints here. out of camera, I apologize. I'm too busy concentrating here to see. And nope, this doesn't want to cooperate. I've just got to clean a shop blade. Sorry about it, guys. Something didn't go into place right. Okay, that's better. Okay, guys, there we go. There's the engineering hole done. So building the ship is the quick part. That is finished in seconds. Putting all the decals on, that seems to take forever. Just like on the S S Enterprise, I didn't realize I'd taken so long. I actually thought it was less time. But I was completely and utterly mistaken. That's how much time I had actually taken. Surprised me. And there's the deflector dish in place. This one so far is going together pretty well. It lines up properly, everything looks very well so far. Looking alright. I can put her on the stand so long. And there we go. Now, the last couple of things to assemble is the warp nacelles. If one was very patient, you most probably could light this model, but the only problem is getting the power from the yaw up the nacelles and up the pylons into the nacelles. That's the only problem I would see. One could maybe put a thin wire along the edge somehow, but you would have very fine wiring to lay down. So that's what with these particular small models, I'm not even bothering with it. With the Enterprise E and the D and that stuff, it would be slightly easier to do, but I'm not going to do it because it's the wiring that's the problem, and I'm not in the mood to do that kind of work just to light it. Okay, that's the one warp nacelle done. The other one will go basically together the same way. There will be some painting to do on this model, but I'm not going to show the other warp nacelle, otherwise it's just going to take up too much time. Be back now. Okay guys, here we go. No, I haven't glued those parts in place yet. This is a snap together kit, so they just snap together, even though the S S Enterprise's warp nacelles didn't stay on properly. when you put them in place, they're supposed to snap in place and not require glue. The warp nacelles of the S S Enterprise just wink wink. They didn't stay in place. If you didn't use glue, your warp nacelles and your saucer would just get falling off. As soon as I did that with the S S Enterprise, the saucer section just fell off because frankly it wasn't a very good snap together kit. This one is a bit better, but I prefer to glue my kits together. So there we go, guys. That's basically the ship put together. I just want to check my decals for the sorry about that, for the neck section over there, because as you can see right over here is a small little piece, and I think when I put on that decal inside there, you're gonna have to have the saucer in place. The warp nacelles on the other hand, that's not a problem. So there we go, guys. The refit is built. The only thing I'm not very happy with about this kit, nothing bad, don't get me wrong, it's not that there's something wrong with the kit, it's just the fact that, well, it goes together too fast. I enjoy putting the poor little pieces together, and these little kits are very quick at building. The only thing that makes up for the fact that this kit goes together way too fast is the fact that I get so many decals to put on. I love doing decals, I just hate it when the decals don't fit properly. So don't get mistaken with me not liking decals, it's just the fact if a decal is done well and it fits on nicely and it doesn't fall apart or the ink comes off while you're putting it on, then it's fantastic. And I love doing it. But if all of the mention happens, then I hate it, because then it's a crappy decal. But anyway, that's it for now, guys. I'll be back in a few minutes and we can start doing the decals. What I will do is I will start on the engineering hull first, get the engineering hull all done. By then I'll most probably have the bridge glued in place, the saucer. But I first want to just check that particular decal and see if I have to do that or if I can get away with gluing it on afterwards. If I can get away with doing it afterwards, then I will do the saucer section and the warp nacelles after the engineering hull. If not, it will be the some of the engineering hull, then the saucer, put it on, and then the neck. But that is for now. Let's me quickly get all the stuff I need to start doing the decals, and I'll see you then. Be back now. Okay, guys, as you can see, I'm showing you the decals over here, the placements of them. Let me get this one over here. That one over there is your deflector dish decal that goes in front there. As you can see, it says A16. So A16 must go there. Now, when you take your actual decal sheet, if this camera will focus, you can notice over here is A16, and it's the decal that goes onto the neck. So if you build this kit, don't even bother with the decals markings from this paper, because they're all wrong. Every single little part which they mark there, which is here, is not the same. They have somehow messed it up. So guys, I am a little bit annoyed about that because everything marked here and everything marked there don't correspond. It's like saying take the square and put it into the round hole, because there's no way this decal here, which is for the neck, is going to fit on the front over there. But enough about this. Still very beautiful decals, just a bit of a problem. So at least the decals are more or less easy to understand where they got to go. They're just not very well marked. So since I'm going to start with the engineering hole, I can cut out the engineering hole parts. After this, I will cut out everything I need off camera and then come back onto camera and put them on once they've soaked long enough. But I just wanted to point that out, and if the people from AMT, or as far as I know this kit is being released by round 2 models, is watching my video for any reason they happen to watch it, please put this back onto your website and fix that. I mean, you pay a lot of money for this kit, and then you have to guess where the parts go because the instructions don't match. Just one little thing to all the people that do watch this video, I want to try to see how many people like my videos long and how many people like my videos short. So if you like the video long, just leave a comment that says long or something more, or just leave a comment that says short. Then I will count how many people like my videos long and how many people like my videos short, and then I can get an idea of which way I should be going. So I don't know if you get that. Those are the parts I'm going to put on next. Quickly going to cut them out so it doesn't take too much longer, and then I will start assembly. Be back now. Okay guys, I'm going to show some of the decals going on, not all of them, because this thing has got a lot of decals, and if I show you them all, then I think this video might get a little bit too long. So this one goes on the side here, like that. Okay, no, wrong paintbrush. Sorry about that guys. Okay, I've got the correct paintbrush. I hope you guys can see nicely what I'm doing. And it doesn't want to move. Oh, there we go, finally I got it to move. Oh guys, I don't know if you can see that nicely. That's the first part done. Let's go a little bit more forward, but forward enough. Okay guys, this is taking a little bit longer than I wanted to. Better. Okay guys, I've now got it in place. Okay. Here we go guys. And that's in place. Let me get the next part and I'll be back now. Okay guys, the next part goes underneath here. Okay guys, there's that part done. Next I'm going to do the top and the bottom. Tough keeping this thing in camera, so I'll be back now. I might show you the next part, I might just do it off camera. Be back now. Okay guys, this is the last part I'm going to put on the model. The rest of them are pretty small, so I won't bother with showing you them. This one's got to go in here. This is a pretty tricky one. So I apologize if I get in the way, but yeah, I really have to look what I'm doing. Because this one is got to go in to this groove here. go in a specific way. Sorry guys, camera's gone out of focus. There we go. As you can see, that's coming on pretty well so far. Just got to get some toilet paper to dab up the excess moisture. There, I can check it and make sure it's all still nicely in place, that it hasn't moved. Now I can apply my decal softener or decal bonder. And there we go guys, that's that half basically done. It's just the bottom part. As I said, most of the parts which I still got to apply are pretty small. It's got to go around the edge there and on the pylons and stuff. If I see the part is big enough, the decal's big enough, then I'll show you how I apply it. Otherwise you'll see it once it's all done. So without ado, I'll be back soon. Okay guys, the engineering hull, that's busy drying. I still got a lot of parts to put on there. Next I'm going to put this one on. They say you can cut it into smaller sections to put on, but I'm going to do it all in one piece. Hopefully this doesn't turn out to be too much of a disaster. And the one piece just does not want to move in the direction I want it to go in. Okay, got it nowhere near in position. I think everybody would agree. Maybe cutting it into pieces would have been better. Good. Okay, it's more or less in sorry guys, didn't realize I'd gone out of focus. Let me rather zoom out a bit. Okay, now is the point where I have to use my eyes in the sky to be able to line everything up. Come on. The Enterprise NX01 came pre-cut. Maybe they should have done the same with this one. Okay, that's pretty good, but very wrinkly. I'm gonna have to use quite a bit of decal softener to get it to conform to the shape of the hole. Just trying to get as much of the water and stuff out. Saucer I will do in sections because I want the decal to go on pretty good before I do anything else. Now I've got to start putting down a lot of decal softener because it's got to get this to hug the shape of the saucer pretty nicely. That's why I'm not going to do any more because I want this to take form nicely. So the saucer section I will do a little bit at a time. Trying to do this so my fingers don't get in the way. It's a bit of a slip. Get all this nicely in shape. Is a bit of a slip. I don't know why this is giving me problems on this side. Guys, this is taking a bit long. I'll be back when it's done. Okay guys, I've got most of the top done. Engineering hole is basically done. The source is not glued in place. I've just got some parts which I don't want to touch. One thing I did discover is, and there's a little gap there, I did make some decals of my own which I'm going to use to fix it up with. For some reason these are just not long enough. So I had the decal perfect and now it decides to go do some weird stuff on me and I can't figure it out. Okay, got it. I'm quickly going to put this one. The bottom one was solid. I cut it into pieces to hopefully make it go on easier. And now nothing wants to cooperate. Okay, well, this particular decal does not want to cooperate. Okay, I hope you guys can see all right. Okay, I'm only going to show you half of this. The other half I'll do off camera. Well, maybe all of it. I hate it when this stuff sticks to the paper and doesn't want to come off. And when it does come off, it folds. On this one I'm not putting decal bonder down yet because I'll still want to hopefully move it. I think the decal bonder makes it start sticking to the plastic and then you can't move it. I don't know why it has to stick. It's gotten it folded on me, which I didn't want, so hopefully just by throwing it in the water I can stop it from folding and unfold it. Oh, shut up. Okay, got that a little bit richer. Okay, I'm going to put this down for a few seconds just so the water can drip off. Be back now. Okay guys, I've glued the saucer in position. I didn't think about videotaping that when I did it. The next parts that must go on are the neck parts to finish that off. On the top of the ship, it's this part for the bridge. The two impulse engines must still get stuck into the back. And then the last part, which must go on, is this little part here, but I don't know where it's supposed to go. I can't figure it out. The only thing I still want to do is, oops, wrong position, is the photon torpedo area. I just want to paint that black and put two little red dots on. The bottom of the saucer is done, so pretty close to being finished. I've just got that little gap over there to sort out. That's how far I'm at the moment. The next I'm going to do is put on the neck parts. So while I get that ready to put on, I'll pause the camera and I'll be back now. Okay guys, the next part comes over here, so I've just got to try and get this. What I discovered was that this part has to go more or less in before the saucer, well, after the saucer goes on, otherwise it won't make contact. And there's very little space. So it's going to make it a bit difficult to do. So I'm
only going to show you the one side, not both. Okay, this is turning out to be, oops, sorry, I'm out of focus. It's turning out to be a little bit trickier than I expected. Okay, that looks pretty good. Put some decal softening solution on it. And that is not what was supposed to happen. Ah, damn, I don't believe this. Ah, great. I don't believe this just happened. Okay guys, I'm going to try to sort this out off camera, but something just went wrong with this decal. I'll be back now. Okay guys, what I'm going to do now is just put on the first warp nacelle. The other one I will do off camera, and then off camera I'll just put on its clear coat, and then I am done. Oops. Okay guys, there we go, the warp nacelles in place. When I come back, I will have both warp nacelles on. Be back now. Okay guys, there you go. You can see both warp nacelles are in place. They're both glued. So I'm basically done. The only thing I couldn't figure out is this little round circle piece. I couldn't figure out where that's supposed to go. When I look at the instruction sheet, I can't figure out, and because everything is mislabeled, it doesn't help me looking for A6 on the page and see where it goes, because, well, it's mislabeled. So I can't figure out where it goes. Everything looks like it's in place properly. I can't make out where it should go. So I'm just gonna leave it. Anyway guys, that's that for now. Just want the warp nacelles to finish drying. Then I will give it its clear coat. The last little thing I've just got to do is this little piece here. And then I'm done. Be back now. Okay guys, the Enterprise refit is done. I've given her a clear coat. Came out pretty good, despite a couple of mess ups I made. The one is when I did the neck, I put the decal down
and instead of putting decal softener on it, I put glue on it, and it destroyed the decal in seconds. Don't worry, I'm not going to explain what happened, like the TV series. Anyway, put some glue on it, and that was it. So thank goodness I made photocopies of it. It's not perfect, but at least it does finish the ship off. So there we go, guys. The Enterprise refit in all her glory. One place I just got to try fix up is this little spot over here. Something happened to the decal. It's a bit damaged there, but it's not so serious. But I'm pretty happy with it. I thought these little areas here would have grooves like on the big models, but they don't, and I'm not very good at painting little lines, but I'm satisfied with it. It looks good enough to me. I'm happy. It's just a pity that that piece over there couldn't have just been a decal, which would have made life so much easier, but unfortunately there isn't one for that. So there's the refit, the TOS Enterprise, side by side, and as soon as I move the camera I'll quickly show you all of them, all three ships which I've done so far, standing side by side. I'm not going to stop the camera, I'm going to sort of quickly move it. Let me just get over here, and I seem to have put my camera on the stand the wrong way. Let's see if I can quickly move the camera. There we go. Okay guys, there we go. All three Enterprises standing side by side. Now the next one I'm going to start with is the B. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Oh, there we go guys. That is now all the Enterprises from the NX-01 all the way up to the Enterprise refit. Unfortunately this particular kit doesn't have A, which would have been quite awesome to have the A, but no A. Now the next kit will then be the B. I hope you guys are enjoying this video build so far. So that's it. Don't know if I'll get the next kit done before Sunday. Today is Friday, so I should hopefully have it done. If I don't get the video done in time and up on the net before then, Happy New Year's guys. See you in 2018, and happy modeling. Live long and prosperous, and cheers.